What's cracking, Jump Nation family? It's your boy here, Rushy S, aka the Jump Rope Coach. Welcome back to another fire skipping tutorial piece where today I'm going to teach you the switch cross move, skill, whatever you want to call it. But it is absolutely fire, this move, guys. It takes a lot of time, a lot of practice, I promise you. It's not going to come straight away, but when it does connect, when it does click in your mind, it's going to feel absolutely sick, because it is one of those moves that when someone watches you do it, they probably won't really understand what you've done until you tell them to try it, and then they're like, how the hell are you just basically doing this, right? I've been practicing this for the last couple of weeks now, and I'm going to share it with you because I feel like I have got my own little spin on it, my own little style on it, and I want you to give it a go and just to kind of incorporate it into your transitions, your workouts, training, just to spice things up and keep it all interesting as always. Also, before I do start this tutorial, by the way, you do need to hit my website right now. And also I want to say thank you to everyone who got involved in our last pre-order for this bad boy. This is the Rush Athletic Speed Rope, also known as the Money Rope, the most in-demand speed rope on the planet. It is now sold out. The pre-order has gone, guys. So if you missed out, you need to wait another week or so, and it's gonna be back on my website. And if you're waiting for it on Amazon, you have to wait a little bit longer, because it will probably arrive on all the Amazons at the end of July. So that's that done. Again, if you haven't already, and this is the first time you are hitting up Rush Athletics TV, you need to subscribe right now. Okay, you need to join the hottest fitness community growing across the world today. Across all my social media platforms, we are now 150,000 plus strong. So yeah, this is just the beginning of the journey. We are not finished yet. So get online, onto my website, grab what you can right now, just subscribe and just get skipping like a boss. So let's get straight into this tutorial, guys. I'm going to keep it to 2 minutes. I'm going to try my best, but either way, you're going to learn how to get this in the locker. Right, so here we go, right? This is the switch cross tutorial, peeps. Okay, now this is a move where I'm going to show you the basic crossover, and so you can kind of get an understanding of basically what a crossover looks like if you haven't seen that already, and then you're going to see the variation that I'm going to teach you today. So this is, we're doing a little boxer step here. This is the kind of standard crossover, which I expect you guys to know. It's cross, uncross. We'll show you that again. Cross, uncross. That is where you need to be, okay? If you don't have that bit kind of done, we're going to be in trouble, all right? So you need to make sure you master your crossovers. Next thing is your rope length, right? You don't want your rope length being too long, guys. You don't want it dragging along the floor. Talk about it in all my tutorials, but you want it to clip the floor, okay? So when you're coming to doing this move now, here we go. Cross, 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 cross. When you come to doing this switch cross move now, you just need to make sure that your rope length isn't too long or short, because it's going to really make it a lot more difficult. You just don't want to add any more difficulty to this move already, because it's just really tough as it is, okay? So here's the move, right, in slow motion. Like, I'm going to show it to you in slow motion as well. What you're going to do, right, peeps, is normal crossover is cross, uncross. On this move, we're going to cross twice, all right? We're going to cross twice, and what's going to happen is when we do the first cross, so for in my instance, my example, my left arm is the dominant arm, dominant hand is my left hand. That always goes on top. When I'm comfortable doing my crossovers, the left hand's always on top. What you can do is you're gonna cross once here. At this position here, the rope's coming around you, around your body, and then in a very split second, you're gonna change the kind of formation of your arms, right? So now the right hand goes on top of my left, and then I do another cross. I want you to start with a basic bounce, okay? You cross, and you've got to get the timing right on when you do decide to unfold your hands. So watch this one again, all right? 1, 2. If you do this kind of changeover, this kind of cross, switch cross as it is, that's why it's called a switch cross, I guess. If you do that too early or too late, you're just going to trip. So I'm going to try and do it where I do it a little bit too early, and you're going to see what happens. You see, I just tried to, it was a bit jerky, a bit snatchy, end up tripping. You need to make sure the first loop is perfect, 1, 2. And then the second loop, 1, again, is perfect. Remember the core principles of your crossovers, yeah, guys. You need to make sure that the rope can pass your body, okay? You need to be wide enough. So when it comes to doing the sort of switch element of this, I've already mentioned timing being super key, but when you come to doing that bit, you need to make sure again that the rope is wide enough, otherwise you're just going to trip. If you're crossing at your wrists here, for example, show you both cameras, you're not going to make it. You've got to get that loop just slightly wide enough so that you can pass your body. But I think that what you need to focus on is really the timing of this. The timing, 1, 2, right? You've got to get that 1, 2, and that's a nice drill to have as well. Just have that little timing drill. I've always used it, you know, in previous kind of tutorials like my double unders. Start counting in your mind. Also, another nice drill is if you just talk to your limbs. Okay, this is something that I love telling my clients when they're trying to learn a move, is just talk to your limbs. So for example, when I do this crossover, I'm going to talk to my left arm on top, left, right, yeah, left, right. It's going to look awkward, right? It's going to look awkward at first. Even when I'm showing you in slow motion, it feels awkward for me. But when you start to get used to it and you start to kind of add a bit more kind of timing. So here, like let's say you start with a basic bounce, yeah? You can then start to piece it together and make it look nice. When I finish the move, for example, what's nice as well is that I go into a side swing. You can do something similar. You can go 1, 2, side swing, and then come out of the move, okay? Or you can carry on doing as many crossovers as you want. Then when you get to kind of like a bit more intermediate level, you can then add in a bit more of flair with your footwork. So here, I'm adding in a boxer step. The rope's kind of catching on my jacket, so I'm wearing my windbreaker because it's been raining all day. But you're having to cross and then create another little mini crossover in mid kind of revolution, and that cross needs to happen from literally here down. So first crossover is here, rope's coming around, and then we're creating another cross right at the last second. So can you imagine that kind of distance from your feet to about here? That's where you got to create another cross. Okay, it comes and goes super quick. 1, 2, comes and goes super quick. What you don't want to get in the habit of doing, peeps, is just going too fast. You don't want to rush this move. If you try and do this super quick, like I did it there, I was supposed to try and trip there, still doing it. I'm trying to I tripped on the foot. But if you try and go too quick and you try and rush the hands, how the fuck did I get through? And this is the thing, yeah, sometimes you even surprise yourself. I'm trying to trip here, I'm trying to get this done. All right, there you go. That was another nice example. When your hands start to move around too much, move away from your body, don't cross properly. Number one error, okay? You're gonna trip every single time. So quick recap, start this move super slow. Start with a basic bounce, even start it standing up where you kind of just even do it like that, okay? Super exaggerated, super slow. 1, 2. Get used to, get the muscle memory going onto how this switch occurs and at what point in the revolution. So for me, it feels really comfortable. If my eye line's facing down, maybe say 45 degrees downwards, it happens at that point. And then you can start to mix it up with different footwork, right? So if I add in my boxer step, 1, 2, keep the boxer step going, 1, 2, and then come out with the side swing, bish bash bosh. That is the tutorial, probably not 2 minutes as always, but I just wanted just to show you visually what's going on in the move, all right? The drills that I've given you, using numbers, counting 1, 2, talking to your limbs, left, right. Take it slow, people, man. I promise you, if you go slow, you'll learn how to do it fast. No matter how frustrating it gets, please do not put the rope down. Do not get too frustrated to the point where you give up on it. Just give it time, give it a lot of practice and patience. As always, drop me a line, let me know what video you want to see going forward, and I'm gonna catch you very soon back on the tube, man. So without further ado, take care of yourself, skip the treadmill, stay safe, peace.
Was the knight in shining armor in your movie? Would put your lips on mine and love the aftertaste now.